Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So today in this video it will be about cost and performance all within Snowflake. So Snowflake has recently introduced one of the metadata object which is query insights, and this will be available under account usage schema, and it is completely different. And why I say it is completely different is something which we will deep dive in this video. Now if you see this description, and this one is taken from Snowflake only, so wherever there is a condition, okay, which respect to some queries yielding negative performance kind of impacts, right? Wherever there will be scenarios wherein the queries are running for longer time, the queries need some kind of tuning. That is exactly when query insights will give us a perspective of what is going wrong in that query, and it will also give us some kind of recommendations too. Okay, hence it is very different when it is compared with the regular query history that we already have within Snowflake, because query history is not designed to give us the performance related kind of recommendations, or even make us understand that this query is running for that much time, then what can be the potential reasons why the performance is deteriorating. Okay, so that is exactly where query insights has come in, and using this particular object, querying this particular object will give us all those metadata insights, and hence we will be able to improve the performance of the queries and manage the cost too. So this slide is all about the query insights, and there are different category of insights also. If you see over here, things like filter not applicable, right? Things like filter not selective, things like if I am kind of writing a query based on two tables without even specifying a join condition, right? Without even giving columns based on which I want to join two tables. That is exactly where query insight metadata object is going to help. Now that we understood this query insight, let us quickly deep dive on how this can be seen all within Snowflake, right? Now if you see this particular console, this is nothing but obviously snow site. So what we will do is 2-3 things, right? We will try to run a very costly queries within Snowflake, right? Now why I say costly query, think of it like this is my orders underscore 002 table. Okay, now this orders underscore 002 table, if you see this, the size is around 3.9 GB, okay, and 150 million records. Okay, and then there is customer underscore 001 table. Okay, let's see what is the size of the customer 001 table. It also has 15 million records, and the query that I am firing is like this. Now over here, if you see this query, I am doing a cross join, okay, and then I'm not using any keys as such, and I execute this query. Okay, now if I will execute this query using this warehouse compute wh, what will happen is this query will run for longer time. Okay, very longer time, and I'll not be able to at least see the answer for at least an hour of this particular query, right? Because it is going to take ages for me to even retrieve this answer, because it is doing a cross join. There is data worth of GBs. Hence this query is a pattern through which a Snowflake is expected to give me some kind of recommendation by having the entries present in the query insight table. Okay, query insight object rather. So I'll cancel this query. Okay, and then second is this one. Okay, now wherein orders underscore 002 is a table. Okay, this is a table, same 3.9 GB worth of size, and then what I do is I do a select star. Okay, and then I am putting a filter like O underscore order key, which is not null. Okay, now if I put a filter over here like this, I also have a where clause, right? But will this where clause make any sense? Meaning this particular table anyways has a order key which is like a primary key, and your primary key is always expected to have not null values. What does that mean? even if I am putting a where clause, it is hardly able to kind of give me any performance benefits. Rather than if I would have put something like order key between some values, between some range, this query would have performed much better. Okay, and that is exactly why this also falls under the second pattern, in which I should be able to get some insights from the query insight table, right? So again, one thing to also note over here is query insight kind of object. You will find it over here and under account usage. Okay, let's see where it is. Under account usage, kind of Snowflake share, you will find it, and then query insight will be your secure view, in which you are expected to get the data. Hence, the latency of the entries into this particular view will be somewhere around 2.5 hours, right? As per Snowflake documentation, it is around 90 minutes, but I got it around 2 hours. So what I did was, I ran these queries already, okay, a few hours ago, and then I want to see what is happening within query insight. Okay, so what I will do is I'll try to fire a select command from this query insight table. Okay, now let us understand what insight we get. Okay, now if I will do one thing, I'll try to maximize this window. Okay, now obviously I'll get all these metrics, right? Total elapsed time, you see how much time did it took, and I had to literally kill this query. Okay, and then this was another query that took this much amount of time. So few things to note over here is like this: insight type ID. That was exactly what I was showing in that presentation, right? Number one was query insight join with no join condition, which is like this one, right? So this was the query that we ran. Okay, and it had no kind of join conditions, right? Hence we got this entry. Okay, and why even I am telling that this is the same query. What we can do is we can use this query IDs, okay, to get the exact query text. And where will you get it? Using the query ID through the query history, right? Things like this. So you have to execute the query like this, wherein you will get those exact query text from the query history object, right? So one was select star, which I was trying to demonstrate, which is this. Another one is this, which is having your query, but this was this query doesn't have that join condition, right? So again, let me execute this query. So this query insight will not have the query text, rather it will have the query ID, and it will give us what insight type I am getting by looking up to the query IDs. So number one is no join condition. Second one is query insight inapplicable filter on table scan. That means what? Even if I have applied the filter to that table, but it was not applicable. Okay, that is insight type ID. Next is what? Let's see. So this is kind of a value which will give me something like this, right? A select statement in this query has a where clause that has no effect, which results in scanning a large amount of data from the table. This one. Okay, you see the exact definition that it gave. It is actually telling me why even this particular query ran for a longer time. Okay, this insight I am getting, right, from the message, right? Let's see what else do we have. Now over here, what they are trying to tell is adding another where condition or making this condition more selective could speed up this query performance by reducing the amount of data it reads. So it is not only giving me insights, but also the suggestions through which I can improve my query. Likewise, the join one also, it says that a join in this query has no condition, right, which produces many rows more than the total number of rows, right? So this also is a message that we got from the insights, and the suggestion is obviously adding at least one condition to the relationship between columns in the joined data set, so could speed up the query performance by reducing the number of rows it is scanning, right? So it has also given me the suggestion, and is my kind of performance, is there a opportunity for me to improve the performance of these two queries? Answer is true. Okay, yes. And then what kind of insight I got? Number one was a table scan, number two was join, right? So it is giving me a complete information of the insight wherever there will be a kind of implications found around the performance, right? And another key thing to note is not every query will have the entries in query insights. Only when Snowflake identifies that these kind of bad queries have run in the platform, so this particular table can be queried. Okay, query insights view can be queried, and we can get quality insights from it, and then understand the pattern of the query and what all are the kind of suggestions that Snowflake provides, and accordingly tune our workloads, right? So this again has come out very recently from Snowflake to ensure that they give very transparent metrics around performance and cost, so that we get the best out of this platform. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and like my videos and add comments so that I can create more such insightful videos. Thank you so much once again.